Today the red BMW finally gets the electric fan it's been needing for a very long time. It's broken 2 mechanical fans and radiators and all that goodness, so I'm tired of that. I went and got the electric fan conversion for my E36 here. But before I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and throw in this little fuel injector O-ring seal that I got today at my local Subaru dealer. If you watched the last video, this thing starts, but unfortunately there's a fuel leak in the fuel injector in the third cylinder. So I'm gonna go and replace that real fast and see if that fixes the problem. I think I figured out the issue. So right as I pop this little guy out, this little thing, the O-ring, is actually sitting down there. So it must have fallen out whenever we pulled the motor out and took some stuff apart. I'm glad to see that this thing's intact. I'm just gonna throw it back in, crank it over, see what we got. That took literally like about 5 minutes, so let's go ahead and turn the key and see what happens. That's gasoline right there. Yeah, no sir. Alright, so it started, but I looked down and just a shower, absolute shower of gas coming from this tank that we installed last night. Something must have popped off or not got installed correctly. So let's not burn down the garage just yet. I think I found it. See this little line right here, this connector? See, I just loosey-goosey? Yeah, it's supposed to be connected right there. It must have gotten unplugged somehow. We got the return line back installed. That took longer than the fuel injector O-ring. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it over again. I know there's a couple of little leaks, water lines cracked underneath. I just want to turn it over, hear what it sounds like. It's been sitting for quite some time. Then we'll get on to the BMW. On to the BMW. Unfortunately, I had to miss my track day for this thing. It was actually today and tomorrow, but we'll catch another one here in about June, early June. So here's the fan I ended up getting. It is off Beamer World or BeamerWorld.com. I'll leave a link down in the description where I got it. It's about 170 bucks. Here's the fan itself. Nice little electric fan. Here's the relay, all the wiring and stuff. I haven't really broken into that yet. Along with the, I believe this is the sensor. Yes, the temperature switch. And it looks like a little block off plate for the OEM spot. And some good old like ties and zip ties and Velcro and all that good stuff. Plus instructions. I'm doing the install in the little drive-thru today because I got a bunch of stuff back in the back right now. So I'm currently in the process of taking out all the old stuff in there. Moving the fan shroud. I'm gonna go and take out the blades as well. Along with the reservoir over here on the left side. Radiator hoses, all that, get it out of the way so I can go ahead and install the new one. Here's a better look. You can see I lost 1, 2, and one more over here. 3 blades of this fan. The water pump still seems to be intact, which is good. So I was trying to avoid limping at home. That's why I trailered at home. I'm gonna go ahead and pull off the fan and the fan clutch, and hopefully I can get this reverse threaded thing off so I can go and replace it with the electric. This is the 1 1/4 inch wrench that you take to loosen it. You turn it to the right. We'll see what we can do. Oh, all right. Since I just put it on, it seemed pretty easy to take off. There she goes. Well, I just inspected the radiator and it appears like there's a hole in it, so I'm gonna go ahead and run up to O'Reilly's, buy a new one. It's about 118 bucks. It's not too bad, so I think I'll go ahead and bite the bullet there. Have a fresh radiator, so I'll be good to go on the cooling system. Got the good radiator right here. I'm gonna crack it open. I believe that I need to go ahead, and if you see this little, the 10 cents on the old one, it has a new one. That's what this little guy is right here. I'm gonna go ahead and screw that in, the new radiator. Also, I believe this little cap, this little guy right here, I believe that's a little cap off for the water pump in there. That little guy right there. So I'm gonna also go ahead and screw that on as well. So it looks like to me there's a lot of wiring involved. Here's a little picture of the diagram that I'm gonna go off of. So pretty much, we need to run, the hardest one will be to the ignition hot trigger is what they're calling it. It's pretty much the ignition on. When it turns the fan on in here. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the wiring first and then install the radiator and the fan and all that good stuff. got late all of a sudden, so I'll go ahead and go over the wiring here in a bit. But first, I have the fan already attached to the radiator via these little, they're kind of like zip ties, but these little circles are separate. It's pretty much you put it through the hole of the fan, through the radiator, and then you put this little circle on over top of it and tighten it down and snip off the rest of this. I haven't snipped them off yet. There's 4 of those, 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom. And then the fan should be good to go. And then I'll go over the wiring here now. The orange and gray wires go into the OEM temp sensor here. There are 3 wires on this thing. There's a brown in the middle and then green and black on either side. The instructions say to crimp the green and black wires in along with the orange. So pretty much that's all one wire now. It's all in one circuit now. The brown is the ground, and you go ahead and put the gray in with that. So plug that back in, you should be good. Granted, the instructions were a little bit confusing, so I'm not sure if this is going to work exactly how I need it to. So this is kind of trial and error, and if I blow something up, short something out, oh well. They give you a lot of wiring, so I'm just kind of zip tying it up. I'm going to stuff it under in case I need it. Here's the relay. I'm probably going to mount it somewhere around here. Probably just lay it here for now. The yellow running off here goes to your 12 volt source. There's the battery right there. Not really, but it's like the battery. It leads back to the battery. You can go ahead and crimp together your fuse, running a 30 amp fuse in here. It says 30 amp max, so it gave me a 10 or a 30. I just went and put the 30 in there. Correct me if I'm wrong, that should work. Red coming out of the relay goes to the red on the back of the fan as it comes off here. There's a little quick disconnect. That red right there runs to this big mess that goes into the relay down there. The black coming off of the fan goes to a ground right there on the chassis itself. So that is all the wiring on this kit. Hopefully this works. I'm gonna go ahead and throw everything back together, turn the key, and see what happens. And help to reconnect the battery. I gotta reconnect the battery. Safety first, kids. Whenever you're doing electrical, make sure you always disconnect the battery. Go on a test drive. Well, that test drive didn't end up going so well. Just pulled out my neighborhood and it ended up cutting out on me as like it was losing fuel pressure or something. I did end up replacing the fuel pump and filter whenever I bought the car. I had to do a little bit of a sketchy install on the pump. So not today, but another day I'll go and pull it all apart, see what's wrong with it. So it shouldn't be that big of a deal. All right guys, that's gonna wrap up this video. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to stay up to date on all the builds. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good one, guys.